I was asked by the beautiful Miss Veronica from the No Cream No Sugar. She did an article, I think it was last year, in regards to me and my story with domestic violence. So she sent me a DM and asked, would I mind um, giving some advice? What friends can do to support women before they're ready to leave these relationships? And it should say, I was also, I was wondering if you had any insight you wouldn't mind sharing. And when it comes to DV, I don't mind sharing at all. I think that, not I think, your friends would probably be more willing to probably come to you in regards to information about DV if people weren't so judgmental. That is one of the largest things a lot of people, get put down, because think about it and just sit a couple of weeks. And I know we just had about 3 women in the state of Louisiana that were killed due to domestic violence. And if you could hear some of the conversations that have been had, and if you're a person that is going through domestic violence, this is something that you will hear. They stupid. Why didn't they leave? They're stupid. Why didn't they leave? I would never be caught in a domestic violence situation. And one of the first things I say whenever speaking to, especially women, and a lot of African American women, because it seems like there is a stigma when it comes to domestic violence, but also there are a lot of people who say, it couldn't be me. And that is a lie, because it absolutely positively could be you. It just depends on how a person catches you. And if you go to any of my YouTube videos, I will tell you at that point in my life, it was a bad time. So it just so happens that he caught me at a bad time. Sometimes in our lives, we're a little bit weaker than we are, and I know a lot of people don't like to admit that. And at that time in my life, I was weak. So I knew I couldn't go to my family and friends, because the first thing, whenever anybody hears about my story, they can't believe, because of the strong person that I am. I've always had a strong personality, but at that time in my life, I had a lot going on. And with that being said, I did have friends that I entrusted. And one of my friends was Tasha, and another one was my friend Adrian. With Tasha, I knew that it wasn't a point where she would go back and tell people what happened. What she absolutely positively did was tell me and reinforce, Carla, you are a great person and you don't deserve this. My friend Adrian, he was more so, I just want to kill him. But I mean, to even have a person that would put themselves, to protect you, that in itself says a lot about the friendship and how much he has love for me. So, my thing is, with this generation, it seems like it's a lot of judgment. Not only judgment, but it couldn't be me. And when a person hears you say that, why would I want to tell you my story when you've already told me that it couldn't be you? Because you're basically calling me weak for staying in the situation. And in a sense you are, but all of the time you're not ready for that truth at that time. So I think what friends can do is be supportive. It's hard for a person to come to you if they feel like you're going to be the topic of discussion when it comes to your other friends. Meaning they feel as if once this conversation is over, it's going to travel. So it's basically you're going to be the elephant in the room anytime anything happens. I encourage all friends to speak with your friends. Also, my thing is pay attention, because one thing my friend Tasha paid attention to and Adrian paid attention to is I wasn't myself. I wasn't my vibrant, always, laughing, joking self. I changed, and you do change. And that person who abuses you, they literally drain you. They drain you. They drain you, and it's for a multitude of reasons, but they don't want you to feel like you can get out, but you can definitely get out. You don't want to get out like I got out. I did not get out after the help of a friend. I got out due to being hospitalized, due to him hitting me. And it wasn't him hitting me in my face. It was him hitting me in my stomach, and a situation occurred where I had to be hospitalized for a week. And it wasn't until then that my parents and my family find out. So I definitely encourage everyone, talk to someone, talk to your sister, talk to a counselor, talk to someone. If you have to call the 800 number, contact someone, but let them know, because you're not in it alone, and there's always someone that can help you. Also, understand, especially with, and it kind of chokes me up, and I do apologize, but with the young lady who just passed, not passed, but she was murdered, and she had a restraining order, and I had a restraining order as well. That restraining order does not stop anything. My parents got me into self-defense classes, and I also got a concealed weapon. So take care of yourself. I would rather see us, men survivors, in jail versus me having to post another woman's picture. Like, every time I post another picture of a woman who was killed, it takes me back. And not only, I don't know if it's survivor's remorse, or is it more so like that could have been me if I hadn't got out in time. So my only advice to friends is be a true friend. Look at Webster. Look what Webster says is a definition of a friend. Go to the Bible. The Bible gives you a definition of a friend. You don't go back and gossip about a friend. If you're really there to help that person, please help that person. Don't hinder them. And then you have to also watch who you tell things to, because a lot of times our friends are intertwined. So let's just say you're my friend. I tell you that my boyfriend is abusing me, and you are friends. Your boyfriend is friends with my boyfriend. You go back thinking, I'm going to tell him, about, basically it's called pillow talk. You think you going to pillow talk to your boyfriend and it just stays there. But that boyfriend could go very well back and tell your abuser and say, well, Carla told your friend that I was beating you. And then that could start a chain reaction. So you really have to trust the person that you give your information to. So all I can say is, if a person wants to assist their friend, be a good friend. Get a strategy, get a plan, get an out plan, because that person needs to get out. Because what you don't want, I don't like seeing these girls' pictures on shirts. I don't like seeing, the news clips. It's just a multitude of things that I don't like to see, when it comes to women losing their life to domestic violence. And some things are absolutely going to be unpreventable, but for the most part, if you get an action plan, you make sure that your friends know where you are. If they haven't spoken to you in a few days, try to get in contact with you. Have code words. It's a multitude of things that you can do to try to help a friend. So I hope this video assists Miss Veronica, as well as any DV victims, and also any survivors, because sometimes you may go back to another abusive relationship once you get out of one. That is a statistic as well. And it's also another conversation that should be had about, once you get out of an abusive relationship, you become an abuser yourself. It happens. So I hope you guys love the video, and I hope I was able to give some insight in regards to it. I love you guys. My name is Miss Books to You, aka Miss Carla, and you can follow me on all my social media. I am very vocal about domestic violence. DM me if it's anything that you have questions about. I don't mind answering. I love you guys, and thank you for watching.